Morning, everybody, and welcome to ESO Daily. I am your host, Mr. Craven. All right, I'm busy trying to pop out all these builds. I have two Sorcerer builds, but I'm only going to be giving the one today, and when Summerset releases on console, I'll be giving you guys the other one. So that one's going to have to wait. But today, I'm going to introduce you guys to a build that I call the Daderic Barrage. So this is a Sorcerer pet build. It's pretty easy to acquire the sets. It's not as difficult. And I'm going to go ahead and get into it and break it down for you guys. Okay, I'm going to go into the character sheet. This is a Destro build. Okay, so you're going to see my max Magicka is at 46,386. Magicka covers at 1531. Maximum health 18,659. Spell damage without the spell potion for your major sorcery, 1907. Remember, you want the potions for your major sorcery. Spell crit, 49.3. And you're going to see to the left, I have everything allocated into Magicka. And we are using max Magicka, max health food. If you want to use recovery food, you can. And we're using the Apprentice Mundus. Okay, so options. Okay, on the back bar, nothing's going to change except max Magicka is going to scale up a little bit, 47,141. Everything else remains the same except spell damage went down a little bit. Morning, Helly. So that's pretty much about it for the stats. Let's get into the sets here. I forgot to delegate some champion points. I'll get into that though. All right, so we're going to be using, no surprise, Necropotence. Necropotence is a popular set among sorcerers. Why? Because if you're going to use a pet, it gives you a lot of max Magicka, right? It gives you max Magicka, max Magicka, max Magicka. And while you have a pet active, that's right, you have max Magicka of 3,040. Pretty popular set. So we're going to be using that with Lambris and going back to the Scathing Mage. I'm really liking Scathing Mage. I'm getting back into the Scathing Mage set, especially with Summerset and promoting weaves between. We're using double Destro. Weaves count as direct damage. I'm really liking the fact that I can get this set, to rework it in my builds. And even though it's in ICP, you can do normal and get this set pretty easy. So if you don't have this set, you can substitute with Julianos. So keep that in mind. It has the same principle as Julianos, except the 5th is different. You're going to get more spell damage when this procs versus Julianos. But Julianos is a really good base set if you do not have it. So we're going to be using Necropotence Inferno Staff. It's not dual lightning. I have Inferno Staff. Why? I want to increase the single target damage with the passive to Ancient Knowledge. So Inferno Staff, Nirnholm, increase. Lightning Staff, Necropotence, Nirnholm, flame damage. Remember, we're using Lambris here, so I need flame damage. I only have 2 ways to proc the flame damage. That is through my Destros, my Inferno Staff, the enchantment, and my Crushing Shock. Okay, so 3 ways, so we want to maintain that. Okay, Lambris Visage, heavy, infused max Magicka. We're going to also use Robe of Scathing Mage, infused max Magicka. Lambris Arm, Cops, Divine max Magicka. Sash of Scathing Mage, Divine max Magicka. Gloves of Scathing Mage, Divine max Magicka. Breachers of Scathing Mage, infused max Magicka. Shoes of Scathing Mage, Divine max Magicka. Necklace of Necropotence, Bloodthirsty, increase. 2 infused rings with recovery. Okay, very important here. Let's go ahead and get into the skills. Primary bar. Endless Fury. If you want to use Wrath, you can. I just like Fury for mob control and getting extra Magicka. Fury will Wrath will put out a little bit more damage though. So that's a personal call. Just my play style. Crushing Shock. I'm going to take this over the other one. The reason being it's going to have an interrupt. Right? I have very limited interrupts. Plus this is my spammable. It's really nice and it works great with Scathing Mage. Really like it, especially with light attacks and using this as a direct damage. So 2 forms of direct damage, proc Scathing Mage. Race Against Time. Sigic Order ability, really like this. It's going to give us that minor force. And of course, major expedition. So I'm going to be a sorcerer that can actually move at faster paces. That's kind of refreshing. So yeah, I'm really liking the Race Against Time. Loving it. Summon Volatile Familiar. This is pretty standard for sorcerers who use pet builds. No surprise. Inner Light, that's going to give us our Major Prophecy. So the only thing we need is Major Sorcery. You don't need Major Prophecy pots with this build, but you do need Major Sorcery pots. We're going to use the Shooting Star on this bar. It's going to help us, you know, with those passives in the Mages Guild. And on top of it, it's just good ranged ulti. Okay. Lightning Flood. Pretty standard. I'm using this. If you want to go with Liquid Lightning, you can do that. I like the Lightning Flood. It has a little bit less duration, but, you know, that's to each their own. It has a wider radius. That's the only reason I like this. Unstable Wall. Now, notice my wall is on this side. I have to have a Destro ability on both sides to reap the benefits of the Destruction Staff passive Ancient Knowledge. So remember, guys, single target damage increased by 8% with Flame Staff, but you have to have a Destruction Staff ability slotted. Same thing with Lightning Staff. Increase your damage with Area of Effect abilities by 8%. So it's increasing the damage of my Volatile Familiar and my Liquid Lightning. Greetings, are you a Dark Elf or High Elf? I'm a High Elf. Yo, Severus, what's up? Hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good day too, Storm. So I am a High Elf with this build. Summon Volatile Familiar again, and Power Ward. If you want to use Hardening Ward, that's fine, but I have a lot of health with this build. I mean, I don't even have anything spec'd, and I still look good with the health. So I'm going to take the Empowering Ward because it's going to give me and my allies the Minor Intellect buff. Really like it. Once again, Inner Light, and of course, Greater Storm Atronach. If you want to go with the other Atronach, you can do that. Okay, there you guys have the skills. Let's get into the champion points, and of course, I've got to allocate some. Let's start off with the Apprentice here. Elfborn 1208, equivalent value of the Shadow Mundus, so we have an indifferent curve. Elemental Expert 1301, Spell Erosion 2067. Keep in mind I'm using the Apprentice Mundus. If you don't have enough penetration, you can switch out for the Lover. Staff Expert 917, Master at Arms 21.18, Thaumaturge 21.18. Ironclad, you'll see that I have the 40. Now I need to go ahead and put in Light Armor Focus. I need about 3,000. So I'm going to raise the bar. Okay. We could probably take this up to about, probably almost about 4K, I want to say. And then we could put the rest in Spell Shield. 17 in Spell Shield. Okay. So 17, 51. Resistance. I am not a vampire. So 43, 43, 13. We're going to be using the Ward. So Bastion 904. Quick Recovery 6.17. Warlord 10.22. Tenacity 14%, Arcanus 14%, Health Recovery 0.22. It's a little lower than usual. The reason being, I need some Tumbling 13.13 and Shadow Ward 13.13, and that is how the champion points are allocated. This is really, really nice, guys. It's pretty cake. It's an easy build, even for new players. You know, it's not a hard rotation. Basically, you drink your potion, proc up, lay down your durated effects, keep your shield up, start hit your button for your Volatile Familiar, but first always you want to keep this up. So you want to keep this up, and then it's just simple. Make sure you hit that. I'm just messing around. I didn't set up everything right. But once you get that Scathing Mage to proc, okay, and then you'll see 2716. All right, pretty nice, pretty nice. It's giving us our critical value, so we don't have to compromise our spell critical for the build. So it's really, really nice. I'm really liking it a lot, actually. So, once again, this is the Daderic Barrage. This build might not be for everybody, but it's an easy build. It's an easy rotation. It's easy to get down. You don't have to double think about it. Like I said, you just cast you want to cast this every 8 seconds as much as possible for your orbs so it doesn't drop off. And then just literally drink your potion, hit your Volatile Familiar, get your AoE effects, get your Fury in, and then just literally start spamming up your Crushing Shock. It's pretty cake. And get your weaves in between everything, and it's pretty cake. It's a cake rotation. So you guys shouldn't have too many problems. And like I said, the Crushing Shock with the weave will proc the Lambrous flame if I can get it. There it is. Okay. So it's kind of important. And then when you're... Then you have the flame damage over here. Okay. Just playing around here, but nothing too crazy. It's pretty cake. Alright. So easy build for anybody to get into. Even if you're a beginner or you're an advanced player, really solid build. Alright, so once again, I want to thank everybody. If anybody has any questions or comments, please post below. Once again, I'm Mystic Raven, this is ESO Daily, and as, oh, one second. Hey, Mystic, a question for a DK tank, Dragon, Eben, good with Lord Warden. Okay, yeah. Eben's always going to be solid. Dragon, excellent for the reduction, because you're going to get resources back when you use the ultimate. And Lord Warden, you can't go wrong with. Just keep in mind the Mundus you pick, because you definitely don't want to cap over your resistance over that 31. You can go up to 32, but just don't go over that 31 as much as possible. So, you know, try to keep it around there as close. So get those resistances as even as possible. But once again, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate everything. Once again, Mystic Raven, ESO Daily. And as always, thank you and have a nice day.